Blessings, family. Pray all is well with each one of you. We want to thank the Most High for a moment such as this, for these men, which are my Hebrew brothers. Never met them, don't know him, but this story is very touching, and also a video I saw last night. I want to share, just talk about it a bit. But before we get started, praises to the Almighty, glory and honor unto His holy name, the Most High Yah, unto His Son, and to the Holy Spirit, and to my brothers and sisters out on the forefront in the byways and the highways, and my sisters who is used as a vessel, and to those who are woke, those who are not quite awoke but still sleep, that the Almighty will touch them and wake them up as well. So what you see here is arrested as teens, three men exonerated after 36 years behind bars for wrongful murder conviction. So I'm going to let this video play, but I'll share this link as well. Then I'll talk a little bit more about a topic that I've shared before about it, came on, and I pray that it reaches the ears and hearts of ones who are, in a moment that, one may say, I'm righteous. They're saying that to themselves. But they're looking at our brothers or sisters and they pointing their finger. When we all still in captivity. We all still here. We all not perfect. What you can accuse them of, I can accuse you of. In so many ways. I'm not going to call any names, but I will talk a little bit at the end of this. So let's listen to this video. So it says Baltimore, prosecutor, conviction integrity unit finds men are innocent in 1983 slaying a 14-year-old shot in school hallway for his jacket. This is what they're saying. Let's check it out.
My heart also breaks for all three of these men who must now reconcile that we live in a world that could take 36 prime years away from innocent men for a crime which they had no part. Today isn't a victory. Today, it's a tragedy that these men had 36 years of their life stolen from them. There's no way to ever repair the damage done or the trauma imposed upon these men for almost 4 decades. You, and you should never have seen it so. So on behalf of this system, in an attempt to right the wrongs of the past, I apologize to you and your family for the pain that you and they have had to endure because of this wrongful conviction. And it is my hope that now that each of you have been set free, that you're able to return home, heal, adjust to your rightly deserved freedom, and live your lives to the fullest potential.
This is the day that the Lord has made.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And He has set the captives free. Yes, He has. You know? I'm looking forward, man, to living the rest of my life being humble as peaceful as I am, praising God, looking out for my family. Oh, man, I'm telling you, it's out of this world. Oh.
This journey here for us has been rough. We outside them walls, But in the inside, I hate to put it like this, we went through hell. It wasn't easy. The people that loved us is standing here with us. That's who loved us, because they standing here. But this fight is not over. This don't stop here on this corner.
That's
We're going
right.
to continue.
This opportunity that was given to us is unreal. You know, I sat on my bunk when I got the information and I cried. I didn't know how to stop crying until a friend of mine came to me and hugged me and said, man, your journey is coming to an end. But it's not. My journey just beginning.
Wow.
Because
That's right.
I got to learn how to live right now.
You were all arrested on Thanksgiving in 1983, and now you are free to spend the holidays with your loved ones for the first time in 36 years.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So, family, this is so touching. Oh, my goodness.
If Butch people are standing
So,
here, he'll go to me because he knows that I'm.
they were, teenagers, and they actually held this and present this to court. The ones who, went up against them, the prosecutors, and they said that he has a jacket. They found the jacket in in this house, but his mom had a receipt for the jacket, and the jacket had no blood, no nothing, residue about, a gun. His mom had a receipt to prove. And somewhere in another article, it said that it was hidden. So I'm going to leave this and you all can, look over it. But I wanted to see or if it had anything that I can add more to it. I mean, this is unbelievable. But this is not the only case that is, sitting in this mode. They got many more of our brothers and sisters in jail, and not that they did the crime, but they fit whatever, or either they try to make it fit to circle around them. A lot of times, they know who did the crime, but they go get someone else. Not of our own people, often that, ones are being shot by, other nations, particularly so-called white people, but they blame a black person. Father going to handle this. This is where we have to understand about, according to what Revelation in 13, as a saint, having the patience of the saints. Just need to be patient, family, and just understand. So I'm trying to see here if anything else I want to add in here. So these people who, they said that even this actually where they at don't have a wrongful, death, like, far as so they can sue them. So they're saying they're looking to get this back, get this to where they'll be able to sue for all the many years. Come on, they don't need to look to see if they can get it back. They need to get it back so they can sue the city. I mean, this is so crazy. And I know it says something that they had some type of proof that they didn't do it, and like if it was hidden. It says here the police reports produced soon after killing revealed that numerous witnesses had told Baltimore investigators that Michael Willis, then 18, was the shooter. Okay, so it says one student identified him immediately. One saw him run and discard a handgun as police pull up to Harlem Park Junior High School. One heard him confess to the shooting, and one saw him wearing a Georgetown, jacket that night.
'Cause I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God. And I know that you are a man of God
So everybody just was, oh, I heard this, I seen this, oh, this happened. So it says here, but the police, including Kincaid, focused on Chestnut and Watkins, and Stewart, all 16. So then there was someone 18 that was actually Michael Willis, but then he focused in on the 16-year-olds. And then it says here that the three had skipped high school that morning and were goofing around in the hallways and classrooms for Harlem Park, visiting siblings and chatting with former teachers. And so teachers and students saw them, and the teens admitted they'd been there. A Georgetown University jacket was later found in Chestnut bedroom. When I was in the crime scene up at the school, 3 young girls approached me and told me who did it. I didn't coerce them for nothing. They passed the information to me. That's what opened up the case. He did not remember Willis as a suspect and denied withholding any information. He said he had not spoken to the conviction integrity unit and said that Mosby was trying to make every one of us officers look like liars and cheats. So this is going way back, family. Wow. So I'll share this with you all as well. Wow. All right, so I'm gonna again thank the Almighty. I know our time is coming near. He putting us all in the right places, and wow, I'm just, ooh. So one day, it's gonna be way behind us. So, my Israelite family. Oh my goodness. We all want to be so right. We all out making videos. Let me back up. We all not all out making videos, but there are ones that making videos to prove who they are, what they are to the world. Then one will come back and make a video about that person. That person will come back and make a video about that person. And so much of what, one say who they are to the Most High, trying to question it. And then in the same spill where ones are making video about someone else, they pointing their hands at other people in our family and saying, the Almighty didn't choose you all to do that. And in choosing you all are, bringing a bad light onto our family. But no one looking at themselves. All pointing the fingers. I'm not going to go into details about who, about what. I mean, in a sense, because, see, the way how the Almighty have led me, I follow everybody. I mean, I wouldn't say everybody. I follow a lot of people that a lot of people follow. And I'm not doing it to steal their thunder, to, talk bad about them. I'm doing it because I'm led, because Father gives us different things to put out. He put a spirit on us and lead us to put out different videos, or sometimes it may be the same video as someone else put out, but you didn't even know they were putting it out, pertaining to a particular subject. We all being used. But at the end of the day, from my heart to everybody's heart, I love everybody. I'm not going to actually, take away and say, oh, I'm pointing a finger that you're not, and saying you're not up to standards. You're not been called. When look at you who's saying that. What rights you got? The Almighty choose who you want to choose. No matter what platform. And maybe not all, but there are a lot of platforms that I listen to. And everybody is like they so righteous, but everybody else at one point or another is not. We're family. I read in the Bible where it says, he will gather us, bring us to a place, and then we will have to go through under the rod. So in that moment of him bringing us together, wouldn't it be some people that may not make it? But who call is that? It ain't our call. It hurts my heart. It hurts my heart. Because it's just like ones who say, well, you monopolizing, you making your viewers as merchants. But they're doing it too. They're doing it also. After 2 years, I just, set up a platform where a podcast about testimonies. And that's the first area of anything that, say, if someone wanted to donate, or either with the podcast through the, advertisement will come in, and that way might pay accordingly. But that's not what I'm concerned about. My family know me very well. I've given my testimony about money. And in that, it's like, the Almighty is not allowing me to see it. And some people may look at that as that you don't deserve to see it, or something wrong that you did. Because all these platforms I hear of our brothers and sisters, a lot of them, they, can possibly get paid by YouTube for their viewers, or they're selling something. Like, it could be jewelry, it could be t-shirts, it could be sweatshirts, so forth and so forth. And at the end of the day, that's between them and the Almighty. But I know is that the Bible speaks of that we could become merchandise. They're the merchants and we can become merchandise. And if someone doing it from the wrongness part of them, then, then the Almighty will deal with them. But for us to just always, and especially, saying, oh, don't listen to this group because they're this. Don't do that because they're this. I mean, really, family, it's really sad. You want to use the scriptures against your own brothers and sisters that are in captivity with you. I mean, what about pray for them? You don't even want to use it against the other nations who have done you wrong, but you want to use the scriptures against your own brothers and sisters who are still in the land of captivity. How fair is that? So last night I came across another brother page, and me and my daughter just came out from eating, getting something to eat, and I got back, and I was bothered really by the video that I saw before I went. So that video I saw before I went, this person, came on and, tried to prove the point of saying, I know I'm who I am. I know what I am. Well, at the end of the day, family, I'm going to put it like this. I know what Father have given me. I know how he have dealt with me. So if anybody got a problem with me as a woman coming forth and sharing whatever the Almighty gives to me, the first thing I'm going to tell you, take it up with the Most High Yah. Don't come to me with it. That's what you do. You take it up with him. He said that he will pour out his what? Spirit, his anointing upon us, woman, man, boy, girl, in these last days. That is a scripture that is in the Bible. But somehow they forget and fail to see that. They want to go to Paul, that one verse basically talking about women should be silent. Well, Paul said suffer. He wouldn't suffer a woman, suffer, meaning that he would not, be in that lineup to say, oh, I will put you in that light. They ain't up to you, Paul. That wasn't a commandment. He said I wouldn't suffer a woman. So at the end of the day, the first thing they want to say, oh, you got that Jezebel spirit. No one have said anything to me, and nothing about what I'm talking about is a reflection of something that someone said to me. I said to them, this is what I'm seeing. And Father, like I said, he's having me to follow different ones, and there are things that he will point out, show me, get this and take this to your page. And this is what I'll give you in the midst of you sharing this video. On top of what they have said, it's been this way for the last 2 years. Okay. So I came across this brother, beautiful, what he said. He was talking about the new moon and the ninth new moon. That's what he was talking about. And he gave had this music playing in the background, little, but it was, I don't know if it was like water, but he was like, just y'all imagine this. And it's like, he started giving like a visual, like speaking of that we all together, we on our land. And then I saw, just wanted to say, I saw the greenery. And then he said, and then he started talking about the food, we at a feast, and we enjoying ourselves with our family, away from. And when he started talking about away from all this negativity, being not in a land that we in captivity, but to be free, with our Creator, with, his Son and our forefathers, and just to enjoy each other. And then he's talk about, don't have to worry about the shooting down in the street. Just like these brothers right here, don't have to worry about being arrested for something that you did not do. And he just went on and on, and I just started crying, and I couldn't stop crying. I cried, and I just started praying, and I started walking through my house and, looking outside and the sky and, the stars and all, and like different, nights, like when I look out, the different stars to me be positioned differently. And I truly don't believe. I believe it's the chariots, because they're like, it'd be flashing lights and all. And I'm just looking at the scenery, and I'm just talking to my Father, and I'm just saying, Father, this is where we at. And I want all of us. I want every single being who are in captivity, ones on the continent who have been colonized, the ones wherever those slave ships went, wherever we scatter. I want all of us to be able to make it in. I want all of us to be able to make it in. But if we looking and saying, oh, you're not doing this right, what are you doing to help this brother out, or these brothers out? And when I speak of the camps, they got a bad name through a lot of the Israelites who speak about it. It's negative. And then people outside, of course, of the Israelites, they're speaking of them. They're speaking of negativity. But it's like, Some of our people not even taking the opportunity to zoom in to hear what they're saying because they're reading from the Bible, and all of them, you might say, well, I don't understand why they have to raise their voice, or they might have to say, read. I mean, really, is that a reason for you to go up against or talk bad about your brothers? Because they're actually out there in the midst, in the lion's den, I would say, on the highways, in the byways, and that facing these demonic spirits day in and day out. But you sitting behind a desk, not showing your face, or either if you showing your face, you righteous, but they're not, because you saying the Almighty will not deal with them, but they get up, whatever they go out of their homes in the cold. Sometimes it's raining. You believe that they're doing it in their righteousness, or they're putting themselves above the Almighty? I see beyond that, family. I used to think just like that at one point until the Almighty led me to them. I used to think just like that. So all us being like, oh, you righteous. Oh, I'm righteous. Oh, no, you not righteous. Is it really up to you to determine that? It's on the Most High. When he called, his righteous men in one, he called them who he called righteous. That some would say, oh, I don't think so. I wouldn't consider him to be righteous if they were in this day and time. But it ain't up to us. It's not up to us. So that's all I have, family. I just want everybody to understand. I mean, when I say I love all of my brothers and sisters, I have never met them. Some follow me on YouTube, on Facebook, and whoever's following me on here. I love all of my brothers. I see the bigger picture. I see us all being delivered, all being, restored. Even though there are ones that say, oh, the 2/3, oh, they said the 1/3. Well, we don't know who that is, because it could be me, it could be you. Who's saying it? So at this point, let's just uplift all. If there are things are not right, or the Almighty is giving you something to put some information out on someone's page and whatnot, then we have to be obedient. But when it comes down to just lay it all out, and you just want to prove that you're right, and whatever someone else say about you, you are right, but that other person is wrong. And then that other person come back, oh, you're wrong and I'm right. It's just too much. We got enough of people who are our adversaries outside of our nation. And they looking in and chiming in for any little thing that they can get. To say, oh yeah, you said this. Oh yeah, look at it, they're saying that. Don't give them the opportunity. Don't give them the opportunity. Love each other. Let's pray for each other that we all be worthy. But no, some people not counted in. Oh, I know I'm in. How we can say that? So from my heart to you all, just know I love you all with the love that the Almighty have restored and put within me. And wherever he leads me, wherever he leads me to go and leads me what to say and what to do, I will do. I'm his vessel. I'm his servant. And somehow, somewhere along the line, some of us forget that. Because some do get, pumped up in their vainglory. You can see it. But I pray for them. I'm praying that they will, come to a place and understand that in this survival, some people don't work outside of their home. So they look for other ways. But I'm going to be frankly and truthfully with you. I don't work outside of my home either. I haven't done in 2 years. And Father has been taking care of my mortgage, making sure that, I'm still here. He working it out, food and all. My light's still on, my electricity, my internet still on, and I'm able to, make phone calls out from a phone. Hello, somebody. So, like I said, within a couple of weeks ago, I set up a page on podcasts, but that's the only thing, and I'm not really led to do much more with that right now, But when I do, I will put out, and I'm just saying, Well, I'm going to back up. If those who would like to send any information in, their testimonies, please do. I'll do as, one's in, one's in. Okay. But in the meantime, there was nothing that I was asking or putting out, say, oh, I want money, or could you, buy this, or could you do this? No. But we not to get caught up. We not to get caught up in what this is all about. We need to stay focused, and the Almighty will put ones in our path according to his purpose to bless, or either whether it's just in support by them, being a part of our platforms, or it could be financially, however the Almighty leads a person. That's between the Almighty and that person. All I know is that a lot of our people, as I see, they are, as it, shown, to make our people out of merchants. And they may say, well, this is my livelihood, this is this, but I just pray again that you are lined up with the Most High. All right, family, that's all I have. Blessings to each one of you. Shalom.